What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and today I'm going to be talking about pressure in MK11 and why I personally feel like pressure is very overpowered in MK11. Now, in case you don't know what pressure is basically two things for the most part. It's block advantage and really good staggers. That's what pressure is. Now, if you look right here on the screen, near frame data, you see block advantage, that's 6. Now, if your block advantage is basically like 2 to 3 and up, that's considered pressure for the most part. You know, you can still debate some things, but if you have a move that is like +2 or 3 and up, that's considered a pressure tool, depending on the tools you have to back it up. So yes, it's very debatable where that margin starts at, but you get the idea. If you didn't before, pressure for the most part is when these block advantage numbers are relatively high and staggers. Now that I got that out of the way for the people that don't know, let me talk about why pressure is so freaking ridiculous in MK11. Now, I'm about to bring up the 3 most hated characters in this game right now. Boom, right here. These are currently the most hated characters in MK11. All 3 of these characters. Now, you can try to debate it if you want, but for the most part, when people are talking about characters that they hate, they are talking about these 3 characters. And for a good reason, obviously. You know, Jackie is freaking ridiculous. Jackie's broken. She's the only character I think in the game is broken. Johnny is so close to being broken. And Liu Kang's overpowered. Now, I feel like Liu Kang is one of the more fair top tiers, but he's definitely up there. Now, people really hate these 3 characters. And you're probably getting where I'm going with this. What do these 3 characters have in common? They're pressure characters. Now, when MK11 got first announced, well, not announced, when it was revealed, when they were talking about the game on the combat cast and stuff, and we were figuring out about the game and everything, I was looking, and as they were discussing the tools and everything, I was like, hold up, where's the armor? And then, you know, as the people kept talking about it, you know, the community managers, they kept going on and on about it. I'm not saying they just go on and on all the time, but that's how it was during that live stream. But they were going on about random stuff, and we wanted to know more about the mechanics. And then we finally saw that there was no armor, like everybody in the stream. And soon as I saw that there was no armor in MK11, I was like, yep, pressure characters are going to be overpowered. And look, every last major pressure character in this game is overpowered. Now, let me just put this out there. Pressure is my favorite. If it's not my first favorite, it's my second favorite. But it's one of those. I really freaking love pressure characters. Like, it's my favorite archetype. Like I said, if it's not number 1, it's 2. But I don't really like any of the pressure characters like that in this game. So that kind of sucks. But I really like pressure based characters. I'm just putting that out there. And so I was really excited when I first, you know, saw that, oh crap, there's not going to be armor. That means the archetype I freaking like is going to get to go off. But like I said, I don't like pressure characters, the pressure characters in this game. So yeah. Now, let's get back to the topic at hand. I know I went on about that a little too long, but, you know, I'm trying to get back in the groove of, you know, just hitting record and having the whole video go through and upload it. I lost my touch on that. I'm trying to get that back. But yeah. So, back to the topic. Because of the fact that there is no armor in this game, it makes these characters with pressure ridiculous, because at the end of the day, you have to hold that pressure. Now, obviously, Outtake is better than Showstopper, but I got Showstopper on the screen because it is the more pressure-based variation. So let's set Liu Kang block right here. Now, pressure in this game, like I was saying earlier, it's so ridiculous because for the most part, you just gotta take it. Like, Johnny does this, he's dashing up and getting that for the most part, but Johnny's probably not a good example to talk about pressure because his pressure, you actually have some options, but it's like it's still very freaking potent. Like if you're going against Johnny and he's pressuring you, you're like, yeah, this character is freaking impressive. Like get him the heck off me. And especially this string right here. But for the most part, why pressure is so dumb in this game is because you don't have anything to stop it. Like really think about that for a second. What do you do to stop pressure in MK11? What are your options? Like actually sit here and think about it. Your only option is maybe get a flawless block at the right time. Like, that's about it. You don't have armor to get them off you. Backdashes in this game are not as good as they were in MK10. Like, what are your options to deal with pressure? So, literally when I first saw that there was not going to be armor in this game, I was like, yep, pressure characters are going to be top tier. And now look, literally almost every pressure character is top tier. There's probably like 4 or 5 pressure characters in this game that are like solely just based off of pressure. And a good amount of them are top tier because that playstyle is ridiculous in this game. You got to hold all these freaking buttons and to these frame traps and everything, and you don't have much to deal with it because how the game is set up. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to stop pressure? Now, usually this is the point of the video where I start talking about what can we do to, fix that? And honestly, I don't think that there's a way. Unless they just completely add armor to the game, every last pressure character they put in this game is going to be dumb good. Now, I don't know how people feel about that. I'm personally like, it's just whatever. It kind of sucks that one of my favorite playstyles, I don't like any of the characters that do that in this game. So it kind of sucks I can't take advantage of that. But, I honestly don't mind it either way. Because I'd rather deal with some freaking annoying pressure than 50-50s. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if this is what we are stuck with, every freaking pressure character being top tier, then I honestly don't mind it. It's like the lesser of two evils because anything else that we would have to deal with would probably be, so much worse. So, yeah, in the comments below, let me know how y'all feel about that. How do you feel knowing that pretty much every pressure character in this game is going to be very freaking ridiculous? Because you just literally don't have the options to deal with pressure like that. Now, if they just went ahead and threw armor in this game, then that would really freaking switch this whole game around. I don't think they would do that, and I'm not saying they should, but all I'm saying with this video is that pressure is freaking ridiculous, and I don't know if there's anything we can do to change that without them completely changing the whole game. So yeah, let me put the characters back up on screen right here. There we go. So yeah, if you ever sat there and wondered like why are certain characters hated so much, look at their archetype. What do they do? And then for the most part in this game, you will see that it's a pressure character. That's why people are hating on them and get mad. And even if pressure was just average in this game, people hate pressure in general because people just want to press buttons all the time. Like they just do. People stay pressing buttons in fighting games. Like most people don't like to freaking take pressure. They'll end up cracking. That's the thing about pressure. I first got introduced to that playstyle in MK10. Freaking Lao in that game was actually a pressure character. In this game, he's definitely not. But in MK10, he was a pressure character, and that was the first character that I ever took seriously in a fighting game, and I was like, dang, okay, I like this. Pressuring the opponent, forcing them to make mistakes and all that. But that is what pressure basically is. You are putting pressure on your opponent to make mistakes, baiting out things, and then condition them and getting a lot of grabs in. And also, that's how this game is played. It's a very grab-heavy game too. So when you take pressure and make it very good in this game, and then add that to the fact that this is for the most part, a mid-grab game, you were bound to get a freaking overpowered combination. You just were. But yeah, everybody, that's how I feel about pressure and everything. And if people didn't know about that whole Lao thing in MK10, they know now. That was like the first character I took seriously in the game. But like, yeah, just putting that out there in case people didn't know. But yeah, the whole thing about pressure is they just need to, well, people need to accept that unless they are willing to change the whole game, it's not going anywhere. And literally every last freaking pressure character, if they turn a character into a pressure character with buffs or they release a pressure character, all the pressure characters are going to be good in MK11. You just have to accept that. But yeah, that's basically the video. I just wanted to talk about how I felt about the pressure characters and everything. If you all enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch and my Patreon. I just relaunched my Patreon. The video is going to be linked in the description if you want to see. I just freaking rehauled it and everything. Added some new rewards. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch and my Patreon. And Nickopz out.